Hi guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I know you don't know me, so it's easy to scroll right past me, but if you stopped to take the time to listen, I really appreciate it. My name's Kira Huffaker. I am a director with Beauty Counter and have been working with the company for a little over a year. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about my backstory, very briefly, and how it pertains to the kids line. And I'm going to go over our kids baby wash, our kids line, and a little bit about the baby line so that you guys can understand why this is a really good switch for your family. I'm also recording with my iPad, so if I'm looking in a funny direction, excuse me for that. I'm not used to recording with this, but the microphone's kind of out on my phone. So I'm going to try to keep this very concise, and it's hard for me to do because I have so much to say. My story, I have a diagnosed thyroid disorder. I was diagnosed about 6 years ago. I was having trouble getting pregnant, didn't know why, and I found out that I have a thyroid disorder. And Hashimoto's is what it's called. So that put me on this journey to learn all about endocrine disruption, and what I'm putting in my body, what I'm putting onto my body. So I had cleaned up the products I was using to clean my home, the food I was eating, my exercise program, all these things when I was first diagnosed, trying to get my health back on track. My skin was in a terrible state through all of this, and my skin has normally been one of my better features. So I really, once things were under control, I really wanted to get my skin back looking good. And so I invested in a skincare regimen, and I saw great results. My skin was glowing. I was looking exactly back where I wanted to be. I was so happy. And then I got pregnant, and I asked my doctor if it was okay for me to be using these new products that I've been trying, because as I said, I was very conscientious about, making sure everything was kind of clean and whatever. Had never, ever thought about the products I was using for myself, beauty products, cosmetics, skincare, none of it. So I was absolutely jaw-dropping shocked when the doctor said, no, you should not be using this while you are pregnant or nursing. Because just like the nicotine patch, when you put a nicotine patch on your arm, that is absorbed into your bloodstream. The same is true for many ingredients that are in our shampoos, lotions, moisturizers, etc. And when you're pregnant or nursing, you are therefore putting that into your bloodstream, and your child is receiving it as well. And some of those ingredients are known carcinogens and not healthy for developing fetuses. So that was a shock to me. And I obviously stopped everything. And my skin, but I missed that skincare routine. I wanted it back. So, that was kind of the beginning of my journey with this. So when I learned about Beauty Counter, I was like, oh my gosh, my friend Colleen introduced me to it. I was like, this is directly up my alley. I was a little bit skeptical, just purchasing something from someone online. Colleen and I weren't very close, but I trusted her. She's a smart, intelligent woman who I like very much. So I was like, if Colleen's into this, I want to know more. And so when I switched over, I started with my kids, my little guys. I had an older son and my little baby James, who I had been pregnant with. So I got the kids line, and that was the first thing I purchased. I think I got a couple products from the baby line, and I got the full kids line, which looks like this, by the way. So cute, cutest packaging. This is the shampoo, this is the body wash. This is the shampoo, and this is the conditioner. So you'll see my body wash is bigger. This is from the holiday set. So the holiday set was 16 ounces, and this is what the regular size bottles look like. They're 10 ounces. So I got that, and I got the sunscreen. Those were the first two things I purchased. And honestly, I didn't expect to see a difference in my kids' hair or anything like that. But I did, surprisingly enough. The best part about the kids line is the conditioner. It's fabulous. It truly, you will see a shine and strength. I don't know. It'll strengthen your children's hair. I swear. It'll just make it healthier and shinier. When I use the conditioner, when I use this line on my kids, if I don't use the conditioner, I can tell And when I do, even for my boys, one of them has curly hair and one of them has stick straight blonde hair, it just lays nicer for like 2 days. And true story, my niece, who's about 10, she was here over the summer. She's got really thick, coarse, curly hair. And I gave her a bath here. It's always a battle. I was prepared for it. I gave her a bath here. She used the conditioner and the shampoo, and no joke, she came out and was like, Auntie Kira, can you share that recipe with my mom? Because she was so happy that we kind of could just finger through her hair. We didn't have to like do that whole big battle. So that was wonderful. And I think a true testament to how well this works. And the best part is it is clean and safe. So you don't have to worry about what you're putting on your baby's bodies. So I told you, I'm going to really try to keep this concise and brief. I'm going to attach an article in the comments below. I hope that works. I'll get it in here somehow, but I'm planning on putting in the comments below about sodium lauryl sulfate and why you do not want that in your products. And you'll see SLS or SLES on the ingredient labels of many products on the shelves today. So I'm gonna reference this article just for a minute here so you can see. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to explain to you what one ingredient can mean. And we banned 1,500. So sodium SLS, I'm just going to refer to it as SLS. There has been a correlation between SLS and contact dermatitis. The Journal of the American College of Toxicology says it has a degenerative effect on the cell membranes because of its protein denaturing properties. Okay, so let's just, if you have dry skin, itchy scalp, your eyes are stinging, you're getting mouth ulcers, things like that, you might want to look at your ingredient label to see if you see sodium lauryl sulfate. It's an endocrine disruptor, a skin irritant, a carcinogen. So what are the top 10 reasons why you wouldn't want something with SLS in your products? One, as I said, it's a known skin irritant. Dandruff, dermatitis, canker sores, any of those things could be due to SLS in your products. It's irritating to your skin. It's harsh. It pollutes our groundwater. It's toxic to fish and other aquatic animals. It's actually a pesticide and herbicide, commonly used to kill plants and insects. It emits toxic fumes when heated. It has corrosive properties. Long-term permeation of the body's tissues. The University of Georgia Medicine showed that SLS has the power to permeate the eyes, brain, and heart. It's an eye irritant. These are just the top 7. Okay, there's 10 reasons why you don't want this in your products. It is commonly found in children's soaps, bubble baths, shampoos, toothpaste, adult lotions and moisturizers, and shampoos and soaps. So first thing you do, go turn around your ingredient labels and look for that in your products. If it's there, chuck them. You do not want that in. It's just not worth it. You don't want it in, especially on the stuff you're putting on your babies. It's just an unnecessary ingredient. We don't need that. So when I talk about endocrine disruptors, so I just said that SLS is an endocrine disruptor. Parabens are endocrine disruptors as well as phthalates, and you always hear paraben-free and phthalate-free. So an endocrine disruptor is something that mimics, parabens are preservatives, it's something that mimics the chemical structure of estrogen. So when you're putting on a lotion or a soap that has parabens or there's so many endocrine disrupting ingredients on your body, it's actually mimicking the chemical structure of estrogen, so your body is reading that as a small dose of estrogen, and that's confusing to the system. So most research to date only looks at these endocrine disruptors in the very small amounts they are in products and says, well, that's not going to be harmful to human health. However, the cumulative effect of endocrine disruptors being in so many ingredients and products, so you're getting multiple endocrine disruptors in multiple products, you're using 12 plus products a day probably, that is where the problem lies. So just like you don't want growth hormones in your milk, you don't want endocrine disruptors in your products. Endocrine disruptors are linked to puberty starting at a younger age. Let's see. I mean, they're linked. Parabens have been found in the tissue of breast cancer. And we're seeing autoimmune disease like mine, thyroid disorders and things like that. So endocrine disruption is serious. It's a big deal, and it's not something to be taken lightly. Coming from me, someone who has a thyroid disorder, I don't want that stuff on my children in particular. So I feel much better using this clean, safe product that is also going to do the job and is high performing on my kids. So those are just 2 ingredients. That's just 2 ingredients. We ban 1,500. The EU bans 1,400, which I'm sure you've heard, but they're not the same. So there's a lot of ingredients that Beautycounter does not allow that are on our never list that the EU does. So don't think that those are one and the same. They are different. And Beautycounter we do our own research, and we make our own determination of what is safe at what levels, all that stuff. So I could get into that a lot more in depth, but for the sake of this, I'm just introducing you to the kids line and why you might want to consider a safer choice. And some people might look at the price tag. So the full kids line is about $44, I think, $45 maybe. And you're getting the shampoo, the conditioner, and the body wash. But everything Beautycounter is high performing. So literally, I buy this twice a year. The conditioner, less than that. I always have an extra conditioner in my underneath my sink because I don't use that as fast. But one pump per child. I have 2 boys. 1 pump per child is all I need. And it would be the same if you had a girl. So they will last you forever. And the conditioner, if you have a child with longer hair or thicker hair, the conditioner doubles up as a detangler. So you can just put a few pumps in a spray bottle, mix it with water, and then take it with you to the pool or use it as a leave-in conditioner, and it will just help. It'll just kind of, you won't have those tears over brushing out your kid's hair. It's so nice. Such a phenomenal line. And you don't have to worry about artificial dyes, preservatives, fragrance, parabens, all that stuff. It's free of all of that. We use things like cranberry seed extract and strawberry seed, and it's just a really nice line. It's vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about any of those things. It is not going to make your kids cry. We don't use any numbing agents to keep it tear-free, but somehow they balance the pH so that it's not hurting your children's eyes. My kids never cry with it. It doesn't bother them at all. It's very gentle on the skin, and it smells great. So that's my argument. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of education to common ingredients found in kids' products and why you would not want them there. So switch to safer. Use Beautycounter. You will not regret it. We have a 60-day return policy, so if you use these and you do not like the way that they're working for your children, you can return them. It comes with a free paid shipping return label as long as it's within 60 days. So literally risk-free. Get your kids switched over to safer. Have peace of mind, because a lot of the products out there that even say organic or natural, whatever, like those, I don't like to use specific name brands, but there are a number of them out there that people think are clean and they're not. So if you're using something and you're not sure, ask us. But in general, support Beautycounter, support our mission, support Angela, and switch over to safer. This is a great place to start. So I really encourage you to do that. If you have a little baby, we do have a babies line. I didn't pull that out with me today, but we do have a babies line. It comes with a diaper rash cream, which if you compare it to like a Desitin, our diaper rash cream is like a thick, it's white and it's thicker, but it's breathable. So it's not gonna like hold in the heat like a lot of diaper rash creams will. It allows the diaper rash to breathe, but is still soothing. And honestly, if you're gonna buy one thing, if you have a little baby, switch your diaper rash cream. Game changer. It's the best thing ever. My kids never had diaper rash, and if they did, it always healed up right away. And I really feel that some of the products out there are irritating and actually hold the heat in and make it worse. So I think that's a great thing to switch over. Our baby wash is super gentle. Everything in the baby line is labeled number 1 by the EWG. We have an oil that is so nice. It's got jojoba oil, and it's non-greasy formula. It just soaks right into the skin and kind of locks in that moisture for the kids. We have a baby balm that is a replacement to Aquaphor. It doesn't have any mineral oil or petroleum-based products, which are often have carcinogens mixed in there because of the extraction process. And mineral oil, petroleum-based products also sit on top of your skin, and you might think that they're moisturizing, but they're actually just kind of sitting on top and acting as a layer, a protective layer, which sometimes can be good. However, your skin needs to breathe. Your skin is your largest organ, so the way that it detoxes is to breathe. And if you put heavy lotions and soaps that strip the natural oils and then keep heat in and everything and don't allow your skin to breathe, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're actually irritating your skin and not moisturizing it. So we don't use, mineral oil is on our never list. We don't use it. We don't use petroleum-based products. So the baby balm is one of the best products Beautycounter sells. People absolutely love it. Like if your kids have windburned cheeks, or if you have dry knuckles, cracks in your fingers or your heels, dry knees and elbows, chapped noses, things like that, the baby balm just clears it right up. And it's got these little jojoba beads. We don't use like plastic microbeads in our exfoliators and things. We use jojoba because plastic microbeads actually go right down into the water system, and it's just another source of plastic in our polluting our waters. So I could go on and on. There's so much to share with you guys, and there's so much to learn. But our baby line is so clean. It's safe for the smallest of babies, and I highly recommend getting your kids switched over. So if you have any other questions, I hope that was helpful. Like I said, we're leaving today. My house is a mess. I have tons to do. But I wanted to come on here and pre-record this so I could be a part of Angela's party. If you're here and you're listening, welcome. Beautycounter is a fabulous company, you guys. It's not like any other company I've ever seen. I'm a pretty, the fact that I don't know, I don't want to say like I'm a pretty harsh critic, but I was a skeptic. So I'm here today telling all of you that I am still using these products so happily, and I love them. So it's risk-free, and I just encourage you to give this company a try. Learn as much as you can, ask as many questions as you can, and start with your kids. Switch them over to Safer. So thanks for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful week and enjoy learning from Angela.